Much ado, may I now request everyone to please rise for the singing the Philippine national anthem to be followed by a prayer.
I see you in the beauty of the flowers and the rain. I see you between the lines of a sweet refrain. I'm so blessed, my Lord, I can see you. Even when I'm lonely and in pain, I see you in the beauty of the stars at night. I see you in my life, I feel alright. I see you, Lord, in sorrow and in happiness. I see you in the glory of sweet success. I see you, Lord, every hour, every day. I can see you, Lord, whenever I pray.
Thank you very much. You may now be seated. At this point, I'd like to request our administrator, Dr. Vicente Malano, for his welcome remarks. Sir?
Magandang umaga po sa lahat. Bago po ang lahat, gusto ko magpasalamat sa ating lahat, mga partners, stakeholders, and supporters ng Pag-asa dahil sa pagdalo dito sa umagang ito sa launching na ating new website. Sabi nga ni kasamang Venus na nagkaroon tayo ng soft launching nung nakaraang January din. Muli nagpapasalamat po kami dahil kayo po ay makakatulong din po sa amin pagka parating ng ating mga information doon sa ating mga kababayan. Nandito po nga aming sekretary. Salamat po, sir, sa pagdating at pag-attend dito sa launching. DOST Secretary Fortunato de la Peña. We have here Yusek Densing ng DILG, representative ng secretary ng DILG. We have Yusek Halad of the OCD. Salamat po, sir. Ms. Engineer Sabularse of Fishery, source po ng ating funds for this project. Sana mayroon pang sunod. Dr. Flavia Hilario, Dr. June, Dalida ng Pag-asa, mga kasamahan sa Pag-asa, mga kasamahan sa gobyerno. Salamat po. Andito po yung mga taga-media, may taga-KAA po dito, may taga-Air Force, mayroong taga-Coast Guard sa iba-ibang sangay ng ating gobyerno. It is my great pleasure to welcome everyone to this very important occasion. Mga kasamaan ko pala sa Pag-asa, kung wala kayo, wala din ako. During this launching of the new Pag-asa website, I warmly congratulate everyone who have made this project possible, which fits well with Pag-asa's direction to modernization and becoming a reliable and effective arm of the government and a source of information on disaster risk reduction and mitigation and climate change adaptation. I would like to express our appreciation to DOST-PAGASA from the former head, Dr. C.P. David, na siya po yung talagang sumuporta dito sa project na to, and Engineer Raul Sabularse for his continual support. As the agency mandated to provide hydrometeorological information, it is important for Pag-asa to enhance its hydrometeorological hazards, monitoring, and risk assessment capabilities by operating a web-based geographic data infrastructure where all stakeholders involved can provide and share data online through a common web-based portal designed and maintained specifically for disaster risk reduction and management. The website will display science-based information system that will provide risk-based forecast towards impact-based forecasting and warning, as well as risk assessment services for climate-sensitive and disaster-resilient planning for local government units. Finally, I am confident that the subsequent operation of the new and enhanced Pag-asa website will be a step towards delivering a system that will be at par with other international hydromet services in providing timely risk assessment information. Again, my congratulations to everyone for part of the enhancement of this Pag-asa website. Meron po tayong mga team na gumawa, led by Dr. June Dalida and Dr. Amadore. And salamat po sa inyo, sa team nyo. At may nagtanong nga kung talagang enhance ba talaga. Eh, kayo na lang po ang husga kung talagang na-enhance. Siguro naman, na-enhance ng konti. Marami siguro pong may mga bagong features po yung ating website. Salamat po at welcome po. Good morning. Mabuhay tayong lahat.
Thank you very much, Dr. Vicente Malano, the Administrator of Pag-asa, for that welcome remarks. To deliver the opening remarks, let's welcome Engineer Raul Sabularse, Deputy Executive Director of DOST Philippine Council for Industry and Emerging Energy Technology Research and Development. Sir.
Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Secretary Fortunato de la Peña and key officials of the DOST, my colleagues at PSHERD, good morning, nandito sila, and colleagues in other government, officials and colleagues in other government. Media, of course, are here, and other partners. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. It is indeed a pleasure to be with you today as we celebrate the official launch of the new and improved Pag-asa website, backed up with a 24/7 Web GIS Operations Center. Take note, it's a 24/7. So the new website now provides improved services and promotes the risk assessment services and products of the PAGASA. The website offers timely, reliable, and accessible information that can be used for risk assessment by all stakeholders. As the monitoring agency of this project, I can say that the project has been successful in enhancing PAGASA services in meteorological hazards monitoring and risk assessment. Congratulations to PAGASA and his team, the team. The development of the website content underwent some comprehensive assessment of all available data sources from other national government agencies, as well as the climate and weather divisions of PAGASA to ensure accuracy of information being disseminated. The enhancement of its design and layout went through some consultation processes. Among those that were consulted, mentioned earlier, were the PSURD, or former PSURD Executive Director, Dr. Carlos Primo David, and the Undersecretary for Disaster Risk Reduction, Undersecretary Renato Solidum Jr., in order to achieve a robust 24/7 operational center and information system that meets the requirements of stakeholders. Perhaps during this time, muulan nga ngayon, when the rainy season have already started, as pronounced by PAGASA, you will find it useful in monitoring the weather, as well as using it for planning purposes to reduce risks due to meteorological hazard. So whether it's weather, flooding, tropical cyclone, or climate projections that's important for agriculture purposes, please visit the website and find the information that you will need. And as I mentioned during the earlier launch, which I was also able to attend earlier this year, PSURD shall constantly search and solicit new ideas and technologies from its partners in order to ensure that the website and the services of PAGASA stay relevant to the changing needs of the stakeholders. Earlier, it was acknowledged that we funded, as PSURD, funded the project. Ibig ko rin po sabihin sa inyo, ang PSURD Governing Council is headed by no other than the Secretary de la Peña. So kay Secretary tayo magpasalamat because without the Governing Council approval, wala rin po tayong funding. But as PSURD, we facilitate the evaluation, and thanks to the PSURD team also for closely monitoring this project. Now it's successfully formally launched. So congratulations to PAGASA and the people behind the project, including our partners. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat.
Thank you very much, Engineer Saularse, for that opening remarks. At this point, let's listen, let's relax as we listen and view the video message from Dr. Renato Solidum Jr., Undersecretary for DRR and Climate Change of the UST, who is now on official mission to Belgium.
Greetings to everyone. Today, we witness the launch of the new PAGASA website, a result of the hard work of so many people from PAGASA and many organizations within the Department of Science and Technology. Key to disaster resilience is the understanding of risk, which would involve monitoring and forecasting, hazards and risk assessment, where we don't only identify the threat, but most importantly, the impact that these threats would bring. Risk communication, so that people will understand the hazard that they face, and more importantly, the consequences if we do not prepare for this. And lastly, understanding of risk is key to the timely and appropriate action by everyone, by the public, by the local government officials, non-government organizations, and the leaders of our country. Science, technology, and innovation are used by the Department of Science and Technology to make sure that we are safe and ready for the various hazards and the climate change effects that would come to the country. In this website, different products and information can be obtained. Like, for example, if we are facing the threat of a typhoon, a disaster manager can well in advance know the location of the typhoon, the possible track that it would follow, the hazards that it would bring, and the most likely impact that these would cause. With this imagination of the hazard and the possible impact, then the necessary preparation can be done by the local government, which can then be used to inform and guide the public on how they should act and prepare before, during, and react after a disaster. This new website is of course a work in progress, and many ideas, many suggestions can still come so that we can further improve this website. The website is not for PAGASA, the website is not for DOST, but the website is for everyone, to the Filipino people. The information shown is not very important unless it is used. Therefore, we would like to encourage everyone to use it for their own preparedness, for their own safety, their family safety, and the community safety. Let us make the Philippines resilient to disasters and climate change using science, technology, and innovation. I end by acknowledging the work done by many people from PAGASA, from the organizations of DOST, including those in the regional offices and the national organizations. But I would like also to thank the public and the other government and non-government organizations for giving suggestions on how to improve and information needed by them. Thank you and good day.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rene Solidon. See you tomorrow. I understand he'll be coming in tomorrow. All right, so at this point, allow me to read the bio brief of our guest speaker. He started his professional career at the then ESSO Standard Eastern as a Coast and Operations Engineer in 1969, after graduating with BS Chemical Engineering degree from the University of the Philippines that year. He then took the graduate studies in Industrial Engineering at the same university and earned an MS degree in Industrial Engineering. He joined the UP College Engineering faculty as an instructor in 1973 and rose to become full professor in 1988. He served UP in various capacities as chairman of the Department of Industrial Engineering Operations Research, as assistant to the executive director of the National Engineering Center, as director of the Institute of Small-Scale Industries, and as system vice president for planning and development. He taught in industrial engineering and operations research at the University of the Philippines for 43 years, from 1973 to 2016. He was seconded to the National Science and Technology Authority, or NSTA, which later became the Department of Science and Technology 3 times, as head of its planning service, as director of its Technology Application and Promotion Institute, and as Undersecretary for Scientific and Technical Services, after which he retired in 2014. In 2016, he was appointed the DOST Secretary. He led a number of professional organizations as its president. These are the Philippine Institute of Chemical Engineers, the Association of Management and Industrial Engineers of the Philippines, the National Research Council of the Philippines, and the Philippine Association for the Advancement of Science and Technology. He also served as chair of the UN Commission on Science and Technology for Development. The awards he received include the Dangal ng Bayan Award from the Civil Service Commission, the Outstanding Career Executive Officer Award from the Career Executive Service Board, the Outstanding Professional Award from the Professional Regulations Commission, the UP Alumni Association Award for Public Service, and the UP Alumni Engineers Most Distinguished Alumnus Award. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the Honorable Secretary of the Department of Science and Technology, Professor Fortunato de la Peña, sir.
Maraming salamat. Magsiupo tayo po. Good morning, everyone. My warm greetings to our special guest. We have Undersecretary Halad from DND and Head of the Office of Civil Defense. We have Undersecretary Denzing of the Department of Interior and Local Government. Of course, parating yung binabanggit ng funding ng PSHERD, si OIC Director Raul Sabularse here. And our own Deputy Directors Hilario and Dalida. And to all our friends, all our guests from other agencies, from media, to our Pag-asa workers who have been working hard, good morning. Now, we recall, of course, the purpose of this event is the final launching of the new Pag-asa website. We were here, as mentioned by Director Sabularse and Director Malano, on January 10, 2018 for the soft launching of the new website. And, what we have now is not only information on forecast, but information on hazards and also risk assessment information. So these are the things that are new in our website. The weather situation this year, as I hear, is again full of extreme events. You know, just like when we started, when I started in 2016, we had El Nino, we had heat waves, we have heavy monsoon rains, and from what I hear, this year will not be very different. You know? We still have the same forecast of typhoons, you know, around 19 to 20. And I understand by this time we are on number 4. The Doming is typhoon number 4. So marami pa tayong bubunuin until the end of the year. Now, of course, 2018 will not only mark a new website for Pag-asa, but also, I would say, a new image for Pag-asa. Kaya nga ang tawag bagong Pag-asa, di ba? Bagong Pag-asa, pati yung website. It's not only the modernization of our facilities, of our equipment and instruments, but also the substantial improvement in our human resources in Pag-asa. So, I am getting account of how many new MS we got this year, and maybe a few PhDs in addition, and of course the continuing training of our people. So these are the features of bagong Pag-asa, and this new website I'm sure will result on a new and better image for our agency. Now, the new features will be described probably later. This is the wind hazard impact forecasting and warning, which gives, I think, a 24-hour lead time, giving the impact of this wind and extreme weather events on how many houses will be affected for a given area, how many families are expected to be affected. It will give information particularly to our disaster risk reduction groups to determine where to focus their attention and maybe where to have the relief goods ready. Okay, so this would be I think, a very good improvement from our existing system. Now, as mentioned, this is work in progress. So I will repeat and maybe sabi nga nila, ano nga yung Bible saying? Knock and the door shall be open to you. Ask and you shall receive. So kung meron kayong proposal na bago shared, isubmit nyo na. Kung ano man yun, to even upgrade the website or the other research work that need to be done, other developmental work. After all, hindi lang siya because we need it to improve our forecast, no? Yung mga ganong research work also adds up to our ranking in the innovation index. So the more research output we have, the more publications we have, the more intellectual property we generate, it helps us go up in the innovation ranking. Now, of course, it is the service to the people that is paramount. So, not only that, I think PAGASA is also having more collaboration with other international groups or even foreign agencies. If you will recall, this launching should have been June 4, a week ago. Okay? So kung nag-launch tayo ng June 4, hindi pa maulan, ano? But then we had to go to Korea. I had to be in Korea for the signing of a science and technology agreement. And upon my return, the Korean ambassador immediately visited me. I returned on June 5 and he visited me on June 6. Ganong kabilis. And of course, we had a long list of areas for collaboration indicated in the Memorandum of Understanding, which includes, of course, yung mga modeling with respect to water, to rain, and others. And he immediately indicated their top 4, kumbaga, priorities. No? So before I even discuss my own priorities, sinabi na nila where they are strong. So sabi nila, we can help you and we are quite strong in the area of, ano nga ba yung sinabi niya? Smart agriculture, in delivering health services using information and communications technology, in nuclear science and technology, and then he mentioned about modeling and forecasting in relation to weather and other extreme events. So I think they were also very keen on learning about our system here. In particular, they were interested about the preparations we are making in case there will be a big earthquake. So gusto nilang malaman kung ano yung ginagawa natin. So those are the things that we would expect. Now, I was telling Yusek Halad before I went to have this message that it seems that there has been already a lot of collaboration among agencies, and my own example is my own hometown, Bulacan. Hindi naman kami sikat dahil hindi naman kami mataas na klaseng municipality. But I noticed that we have, when I went home yesterday in our own street, the Camino Real Street, I saw a very beautiful building now, and it is the evacuation center. So dedicated to disaster risk reduction. So that means that it has been given very high priority, and according to Yusek Halad, most probably they got the money from DPWH. So maganda po yung mga developments na yon. Finally, I would also like, just like I did when I came here on January 10, to just request all the people behind the development of the website to please stand up and be recognized. No? Kahit na konting kontribusyon kayo doon, tumayo kayo. I hope they will later on be introduced one by one. I can see an talagang old friend over there who will be properly introduced later on. Thank you very much for all your efforts and all your contribution. And before I end, tinatanong ko kay Director Malano kung ginagamit pa rin natin yung word na payong pag-asa to mean advisory. Ano? Sabi niya, ginagamit pa natin. So sabi ko, sa loob-loob ko, baka sakaling magpagawa na kayo ng bagong payong kasi yung binigay niyo sa akin payong, konting gamit lang, medyo bumibigay na. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Secretary Fortunato de la Peña. Promise, sir, mamaya ipapahatid ko yung payong mo. Meron po. Okay. And now, the highlights of today's event. Dr. Landrico U. Dalida Jr., Deputy Administrator for Operations and Services, will walk through us the new DOST-PAGASA website. Sir.
Good morning, everyone. Magandang maulan sa ating lahat. Tama po si Secretary, ang ating bagyo si Domeng ay pang-apat na po. At kung 19 to 20, meron pa tayong 16 na hinahanap. Sana wag nang dumating. Of course, welcome to the final launching of our new DOST-PAGASA website. To serve better the Filipino people, PAGASA as the state's mandated agency in providing hydrological and meteorological information had improved more our own system by integrating into the current PAGASA website new features that would be most beneficial to all stakeholders with regards to timely and accurate weather and flood forecasting. To begin with, let's watch the new DOST-PAGASA website trailer. Thank you. The new PAGASA DOST website is one of the components of the project, enhancing the hydrological, meteorological, hazard monitoring and risk assessment capabilities of PAGASA, which was funded by the DOST PSHERD and headed by yours truly, and in cooperation, of course, of our top officials of PAGASA, headed by our own administrator, Dr. Vicente Malano, and the Deputy Plebeiano de Hilario, and Engineer Catalino L. Debis. And of course, in cooperation with ASTI, DILG, DSWD, MGB, NAMRIA, OCD, PBOX, the PSA, which is the Philippine Statistical Authority, and the UP NIGS. The new Pag-asa website can be accessed through this link. And if you have your own computer, pwede po tayong pumasok dito sa link na ito. http bagong.pagasa.dost.gov.ph. Okay, siguro naka-enter na tayo. At tingnan natin ang this is the homepage of the new Pag-asa website, which is currently hosted in the Amazon web server. Okay, now let's look at the pictures of our new Pag-asa website on this short video. It is simple, clear, and understandable. Instead of many text, visual graphics icon were used. Responsive, flexible display to any device. You can use any smartphone, either it is an OS or an Android, tablet, desktop, and laptop. And of course, convenient, user-friendly, and less clicks. The goal is to keep it simple as possible. Okay, now let us see how this website can be used by the different sectors of the country.
The new Pag-asa website contains information more relevant to the general public that can be accessed using your computer or mobile phone. One of the new features of the new Pag-asa website is the current weather panel that displays the real-time weather condition of a location. If you want to check the weather of a location or province, you can search it using the drop-down list. The 5-day weather outlook and mediagram is viewable under the current weather panel. Active alerts and advisories are visible on the top portion of the current weather panel and gives update if there's a warning for rainfall, flood advisory, and tropical cyclone. Daily weather forecast can be watched in the news and media section. If you are a fisherman or in shipping industry, you can view the gale warning and weather forecast for shipping or see transport zones at the marine section on the weather page. If you are a farmer, the farm weather forecasts and crop condition assessment are available for you at the agriculture page. You can also view the rainfall and temperature monitoring in the climate page. If you're in academe or institutional sector, the learning section of the new PAGASA website are available for you. It has more relevant information about weather, climate and other information. Publications are accessible for flyers and posters regarding weather, flood and others. Facts and trivia can also be viewed for other information. Learning Tools is also an improved feature that is accessible using the sidebar menu. List of PAGASA research and projects are available in the Research and Development. Weather terminology and information can be useful for reference. The Legend page is also one of the new feature and is useful for knowing warnings and weather conditions with the icons and description.
Very much. Another new features of the website is the integration and introduction of the wind hazard impact forecast and warning. This gives information on the impact of strong winds on light, medium, and strong built houses. So you can access that in the wind hazard impact forecasting under the tropical cyclone. These features provide an estimated number of houses which will be possibly damaged due to strong winds. This will become the basis of the government offices and non-government organization and international and local funding agency in estimating the volume of the relief goods and areas that will be hardly hit by the tropical cyclone. These new features give information on wind hazard impact-based forecasting and warning on idealized typhoon wind model. This is the satellite animation of Typhoon Haiyan. If you remember, ito po yung super typhoon Yolanda, which hit our country in November 2013. And it devastated the Central Visayas and almost the whole country. With this wind hazard modified typhoon model, pwede po nating ma-estimate the number of damages houses. For example, in this estimated number of damages houses in municipality of Basay, Western Samar. Ang color coding po natin yan ay it actually represent the tropical cyclone warning signal numbers po natin. So kapag blue, ito po ay 30 to 60 kilometers per hour, which is signal number 1. Ang yellow is signal number 2, which is 61 to 120 kilometers per hour. The orange represent tropical cyclone signal number 3, which represent 121 to 170 kilometers per hour wind. And for the red, 171 to 220 kilometers per hour, and violet for greater than 220 kilometers per hour. So for this example, the tropical cyclone signal number 1 can be estimated the damages for the light, medium, and strong built houses. At this will be plotted in a map. At ito po ay nagagamit na po actually ng ating weather forecasting division. At ito lang po ay one of the features na kung saan wherein the violet represent the tropical cyclone number 1 or 360, and this will and so on, and this will represent. We can now estimate the number of light built houses to be damaged due to strong wind. This is the sample, which is from very light to very heavy widespread. And also using these new features, we can also estimate the total number of people that will be affected due to strong winds. So by municipality po, pwede na po nating makuha ang mga datos na ito 24, 48, 72 hours before the landfall po dito sa Philippines.
The new PAGASA website now contains more information.
Now let's look at the
that is important for the
video of the new
disaster
PAGASA
risk
website
reduction
using
management.
with respect to the disaster risk reduction and management.
The new PAGASA website now contains more information and maps. That is important for the disaster risk reduction management. The interactive map is viewable in full screen and also display active warnings like flood, rainfall and tropical cyclone. The interactive map has a selection of layers that can be viewed in the map, like radar mosaic, Himawari satellite and comms satellite. View the adopted NOAA hazard maps like flood, storm surge, and landslide are accessible at the quick links below the map. This is the Weather Research Forecast or WRF, a numerical weather prediction system used for forecasting weather parameters and displays precipitation, sea level pressure, temperature, wind and total cloud cover. The WRF displays hourly forecast and up to daily forecast. Contour maps like rainfall are available at the weather maps. Flood advisory and dam water level monitoring and updates are available at the flood page. The ongoing research and development of wind hazard impact forecasting and warning for incoming typhoon wind, where estimation of possible damage to houses can also be viewed.
Thank you very much. Now, what will happen? Way forward. Ito na po yung sinasabi namin na after this project, which was funded by the Fisher, what will happen next? For the continuing website development, our target is to automate and development of up to 5 PRSD website. So meron po tayong 5 PAGASA Regional Services Division, and this will be automated and integrated into the new website. And automation development of each PRSD has its own website, which will also be redesigned and migrated to the new website. Another is the visualization of PAGASA Analyze Map, meaning the integration of PAGASA Unified Meteorological Information System or the PUMIS products. Analyze maps, different hazard map will be also integrated in this new website. Another is the high-frequency Doppler radar integration. Ito po yung mga bago naming features na wherein we already installed different high-frequency Doppler radar over the coastal areas, lalo na po sa mga ports, in cooperation, of course, with Philippine Coast Guard. And meaning, sa mga areas na ito na inter-island, kung merong signal number 1, like sa Bicol region, kapag sinabi mong signal number 1, ang dito sa Sorsogon hanggang Birac, ang Birac at ang area dito sa may mainland will take only 3 hours. But for signal number 1, ibig sabihin, for 1.5 days pa rin po natin mararamdaman ang 30-60 kilometers. So, marami pang oras. At ang itong high-frequency Doppler radar will give us the state of the sea. Kahit na may signal number po yan, doon sa mga inter-island po natin na will take only 3 hours, pwedeng i-go ng Philippine Coast Guard yan. No? Dahil makikita natin, ito po ang sample ng state of the sea, meaning it will give you the wave height, the wind direction, circulation of the sea. So dito, pwede pa rin tayo magpalayag. At we have our confidence because dito po sa mga areas na yan, na sa mga inter-island, ay may mga datos po tayo. Another is the production of video tutorials and infographics of the new Pag-asa website and weather monitoring tool, the Met Hydro Decision Support Infosys. Ito po ay isa sa mga programa na kung saan ang lahat ay dapat alam kung paano i-access. May video tutorial po tayo na maintindihan at madali nating magamit ang mga different features ng ating new website. Another is the simulation of wind hazard impact forecasting in different tropical cyclone. Yung pinakita po natin kanina, ay in-apply pa po natin dito sa Super Typhoon Yolanda, at para mas maganda ang ating confidence, we can apply this to the previous tropical cyclone like Lawin, other very important and devastating typhoon. Next is the calibration and validation of typhoon wind hazard impact forecasting and warning model. Of course, habang tinatakbo natin to, nandiyan pa rin ang calibration ng model natin. And application of typhoon model to real-time tropical cyclone. Ito po yung sample, no? Na itong new features natin ay pwede nating i-apply at tingnan natin ang mga datos na nangyari last time, kukumpara natin ang mga result nito dito sa mga model output po ng wind hazard impact forecast and warning. Next is the continuing ground truth validation of flood and storm surges. Marami po tayo mga mapa at kailangan po nating i-ground truth verification po ito. Like the hazard maps of Project NOAA over the eastern side of the Philippines. And of course, continuing conduct workshop with the Office of Civil Defense and DILG with respect to the use of this new DOST-PAGASA website. So ito yung mga sample ng ground truth verification, validation of flood hazard and storm surge. Parang sinusukat mo yung tao rito kung anong-ano. But actually, dito, dinidetermine mo ang previous na mga baha, no, kung gaano kataas. So, gina-ground truth validation pa natin yan. Another, sa long-term plan of Pag-asa and R&D activities, one is the full implementation of the multi-hazard impact forecasting and warning for storm surge, flood, landslide, high seas, and wind. So, ito po ang isang mga gagawin po natin sa mga long-term plan dito sa ating new website. Of course, ang Climate X rainfall forecast, which is very helpful sa atin, no? Using our radar, we will have the web restoration. No? As of this time, ang Climate X ay hindi natin nagamit dito na-integrate dito sa new website. And of course, ito yung maganda nating isa sa mga features natin na gagawin natin, no? The mobile-based application of Pag-asa website. So, pwede na nating i-upload, no? So, can we have the sample of this mobile-based application Pag-asa website? Marami pong salamat sa inyo, and of course, maraming salamat sa Pag-asa team na aasahan natin na sa susunod na taon, mabibigyan ulit tayo ng P-shirt, ng bagong pondo para maituloy ang mga way forward po nito. Maraming salamat and good morning to everybody.
Thank you very much, Dr. June, Dr. Landrico Dalida Jr., the Deputy Administrator for Operations and Services. So how do you find it? Okay po ba? Okay. But at this point, of course, we have invited government partners, and we consider also as #1 users of this website. So may I ask first, DILG, who is represented here by Undersecretary Dancing. Let me read first his bio brief. He is a public servant, is widely known as an activist, pro-poor, and an environmentalist. He is a licensed certified public accountant and a certified management accountant. He finished his master's in business administration with a gold medal for academic distinction at the Ateneo Graduate School of Business under the Regis of University Executive MBA program. He placed 16th out of the 9,900 examinees in the 2016 licensure exams for real estate brokers. Prior to joining the Duterte administration, he was the Chief Executive Officer, Chief Finance Officer, and sat on the board of a number of corporations. He is also a teacher of finance and accounting at Ateneo Graduate School of Business. He is a recipient of successive recognitions: Most Outstanding Student Leadership Medal, De La Salle University's 10 Outstanding Young Men, Most Outstanding Student Legislator, International Champion Debater on Human Rights, and recently 10 Outstanding Movers of the Philippines for 2017, and Aliu Broadcasting Company's DWIC's Public Service Award. As the DILG Undersecretary for Operations, Yusek Dancing III supervises the following services and projects: Planning Service, Information System and Technology Management Service, implementation of the following programs and projects: National Advocacy to Prevent Corruption, the Drug Abuse Treatment and Rehabilitation Center Interagency Task Force, Housing and Resettlement Governance Project Management Office, and Action Adhikain Contra Corruption, among others. Ladies and gentlemen, we're presenting to you Professor Ipimaco Dancing III, the Undersecretary for Operations of the Department of Interior and Local Government, for his response.
Maraming salamat sa introduction. Pwede naman tumingin ka na lang sa akin. Sabihin mo na lang, and the handsome Undersecretary. Di na, biro lang po. Well, first of all, I'd like to greet our Father of Science of Technology under the Duterte administration, DOST Secretary Dr. Boy de la Peña. We have here, of course, the Father of Civil Defense. Under the Office of Civil Defense, Administrator Undersecretary Rick Halad. Of course, the member of the DOST-PAGASA team led by Administrator Dr. Vicente Malano, Deputy Administrator Dr. Dalida, and Dr. Flaviana Hilario. And syempre, the main funder, di dating kalimutan, Fisher Deputy Executive Director Engineer Sabularse. Maghahanap din ako ng funding. Baka mayroong DILG, Fisher funded DILG project. Well, una sa lahat, magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat, mga kasama natin sa gobyerno. Ito po ay napakagandang araw, no, para i-launch ang website o bagong website ng Pag-asa. Ang biruan namin sa lamesa, akala namin launching o paglilipat ng location kasi Bagong Pag-asa. Naging lalipat kayo sa barangay Bagong Pag-asa, Quezon City. But more or less, it's a good day to launch on a day where it is we are now entering the rainy season. As mentioned a while ago, we are already on the 4th storm or typhoon that has entered the Philippine area of responsibility, and we are expecting 16 more. And what is important right now is the information we deliver to the people. No longer information limited to the government agencies, but information directly where people or the Filipino people can have access to. Information is powerful. It's one of the most powerful tools because without information, we will not be able to make right decisions. Both in the private and public sector, for us who are decision makers, including now the Filipino people, they can make already decisions based on the information we give to them. And through the website, we will be able to deliver to them. What is important is through the website, we are able to deliver efficient information and effective information. What do we mean by efficient and effective information? Efficient meaning it is timely. Effective meaning it is relevant and accurate. Why is it both or must be both efficient and effective? Because if we get the information which is relevant and accurate, but we receive it 2 days after, then we make wrong decisions based on information we got late. While if we get efficient information on time or before time, but it is not relevant and it's inaccurate, then at the end of the day, we also make wrong decisions. So what is important is that the information provided by the Bagong Pag-asa website will deliver relevant, accurate, and timely information to the decision maker. And the decision maker are government agencies like us, including now that of the Filipino people who may need this information to make decisions when a storm enters the Philippine area of responsibility. That is why we'd like to congratulate Pag-asa with this. And as I've mentioned several times, we take note of the funding that was given to this. This is very, very important. And to us at the DALG, this is very critical because under Republic Act 10-181, the DALG is the Vice Chair for Disaster Preparedness. And from the word preparedness, it is the key word that means we have to prepare for an eventuality or an happening. So to be able for us to prepare, we need information a priori to the happening of an event. In this case, disasters and typhoons and storms. If we got those information ahead of time, we will be able to prepare our local government units for these kinds of disasters that will go into our country. First, just last May 18, 2018, OIC Secretary Eduardo Año just issued a memorandum circular to all local chief executives, the governors, mayors, both in the municipal and city levels, including that of the punong barangays, telling them or directing them to already convene the local risk reduction and management councils, primarily to do a pre-risk assessment of their areas. Because we are already in the months of the rainy season, May, June, July, and August, the local and RRMCs are now directed to identify areas in their localities where there are potential floods or flooding areas, there are potential landslide, potential debris flows, so that if these areas have already been identified, the local RRMCs will now be able to prepare themselves, including those in the people in the area. What is more important, if these areas are identified, there can be fast evacuation to minimize deaths and minimize destruction of properties. And to us, with this new website, we will be part of the team which will be, we will make sure that this website will be made known to many of the local government units, and we will also try our best to promote the same website so that the Filipino people will be able to have access to that website. We are now in the age of technology. If you have not known yet, the Philippines is number 1 in terms of time spent in the internet. The Filipinos spends around 9 hours a day in the internet, 5.5 through laptops and 3.5 through the mobile phones. As of yesterday, it was just mentioned that in the internet world rankings or world usage rankings, the Philippines ranked 12th all over the world in terms of number of people using the internet. So it's, again, the website that we're launching today is very timely because the ordinary Filipino will now have access to information from PAGASA. And with that information, we will be able to make decisions whenever storm or typhoon comes into our country. This is something that is welcome, and we need to do this for purposes of people preparing themselves in disaster preparation. More importantly, what we would like to say is that we are always utilizing your data. I think there's always a partnership between the DALG and the DOST. We, as mentioned a while ago by Dr. Dalida, we will continue to do this. What is important is, again, bringing down the communication to the people. And if we are able to do this, we'll be able to minimize property destruction, and of course, more importantly, bringing down the number of deaths. Climate change adaptation and disaster risk resiliency are two important things that we have to be prepared for. Yan po ay mga bagay-bagay na hindi na po natin maiiwasan. Kaya nga napaka-importante ang preparasyon. At ang preparasyon, ang preclusion ng isang maayos na preparasyon ay ang pagkuha ng tamang datos, pagkuha ng tamang impormasyon, at yung impormasyon po ay manggagaling sa atin sa gobyerno para po ang taong bayan makapag-prepare sa ganitong mga pangyayari sa ating buhay. I am certain that we will acquire new insights from the launching today, but we need to be reminded that all of our preparations, all of what we learn will be a life-saving stock of knowledge that will be great use for us in case disaster strikes. So I encourage everyone, all of us, let us embolden ourselves with the proper knowledge and right mindset and be part of a disaster-resilient Philippines. To the people behind the new DOST-PAGASA website, a job well done. Kami po sa DILG, kami po ay nagpapasalamat at ginawa po ninyo ito. Again, inuulit ko, napaka-importanting programa itong ginawa ninyo. The information that we will be able to deliver to the Filipino people, ito po ay napaka-importante at ito po ay isang pamamaraan para ang ating mga kababayan din ay maging responsableng mga Pilipino sa mga panahon ng ganitong mga sakuna. With that, thank you very much again for the invitation and congratulations to the DOST-PAGASA team.
Thank you very much po sa pinakapogi ni Undersecretary ng DILG. Yun na lang po. Okay. So, it would be unfair if I'll not read also the bio brief of our next speaker as he delivers his response. So, prior to his appointment to OCD, he served the Filipino public for almost 32 years as an officer of the Philippine Army, a member of the Philippine Military Academy class of 1983. He retired from the Armed Forces of the Philippines on January 28, 2015 with the rank of Brigadier General. Undersecretary Halad has a master's in National Security Administration, or MNSA, from the National Defense College of the Philippines. Being a former military officer, he has developed an early appreciation of the mandate of the Office of Civil Defense and INDRAMC. His active involvement in rehabilitation and recovery efforts in the aftermath of Tropical Storm Sendong that struck Iligan City in December 2011 is just an example of his earlier efforts as a strong advocate of DRRM, specifically in partnership with the local government of Lanao del Norte. He led the construction of 2 apartment buildings to serve as a relocation area for storm victims in Iligan City. Hardworking, dedicated, and imbued with a high degree of professionalism and commitment to public service, Undersecretary Halad is determined to work for the enhancement of the country's DRRM efforts, acknowledging that every person, every sector has an important role to play. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Undersecretary Ricardo Halad.
Maraming salamat sa pagpapakilala. Mas gusto ko rin yata yung request ni Yusek Densing. Ganun na lang kasimple. First, let me greet Dr. Vicente B. Milano, the Administrator of the Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Sciences Administration, or PAGASA. And nababanggit din yung funding. Let me greet also Engineer Raul Sabularse, the Deputy Executive Director of DOST PSIRD, because PSIRD has one project, OCD has one project being supported by PSIRD, and that is the formulation of the National Loss and Damage Registry, or NLDR. And of course, Dr. Fortunato de la Peña, Secretary of DOST, and the Vice Chairperson of the NDRMC for Prevention and Mitigation. Yusek Epimaco Densing, representing Yusek Anyo, the OIC DILG, and also the NDRMC Vice Chair for Preparedness. Maraming salamat. Sinabi mo na lahat kanina, so sandali na lang ako rito. Other key officials of DOST and PAGASA, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is both an honor and a pleasure for me to join you all here for the launch of the new PAGASA website. Allow me to start by congratulating the DOST-PAGASA for the successful endeavor, which with the new features of the website is definitely a step up in one of the outcomes assigned to DOST in the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Plan, which is the improvement of our end-to-end monitoring of natural hazards. I commend the leadership and the men and women of PAGASA for their dedication to the advocacy of promoting continuous development in the field of disaster risk reduction and management towards the ultimate goal of resilience. Emergencies brought about by natural hazards are becoming more difficult to contend with. The growing force and frequency of the hydrometeorological hazards alone are testing the very limits of the capacities of both our national and local governments to cope with. I am therefore encouraging everyone, especially the OCD, which mans the National Disaster Risk Reduction Management Council, OPSEN, the local government units, and the different agencies and organizations with mandate and advocacies for disaster risk reduction and management, to make the best use of this website for you to be properly informed, to have the scientific basis for your decisions and preparedness actions. The functionality and the services available in the new website will aid in the extensive preparations, proper coordination of actions and sharing of expertise for any hydrometeorological hazard, so that as a national team, we will win this important game in our administration of our duties and responsibilities, not only to your partners and shareholders, but to your constituencies as well. Disasters have been seen by our country, and not a single locality has been spared. I exhort you then to continue to prepare measures and think outside the box so that even more advancements can be made possible. We espouse preparedness, a proactive attitude, and resilience to all hazards. The great DRM endeavor beckons us to metamorphose in order to maintain the momentum of our nation's progress. May the skillful use of the new PAGASA website empower our government and people to improve on preparedness. I am confident that through our continuous development of our DRR practices, we will be enabled to ensure that our communities are safe, adaptive, and resilient, leading to our achievement of the greater blessings that our vibrant economy and democracy has in store for us. Now, with this enhanced website of PAGASA, let me mention also the need, in support also of what Yusek Epimaco mentioned about the directive to the local government units, about the need to link this towards their own community-based warning system. The funding can be enormous if we cover the whole nation, and if we give this to PSIRD, that could be a tremendous strain on the resources. Let me therefore offer one possibility of funding, and that is through the tapping of the NDREAM funds, or we used to call as calamity funds. Because lately, there was one relaxation or improvement in the special provision in the GEE, and that is including the formulation of community-based warning system as one of the pre-disaster activities that can be funded out of the interim funds. So, opportunity for the local government units to improve their own preparedness, making it science-based, linking the improvement that was crafted by PAGASA at the national level. So again, thank you very much for this opportunity, and congratulations to the PAGASA team for this great improvement on our DRRM. Thank you very much, and mabuhay tayong lahat.
Thank you very much sa isa pa pong pinaka-pogi sa Office of Civil Defense. Ayan po. So, our program says that there will be a press conference. And of course, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of our media. First, we have from UNTV, DZBB, DZMM, GMA, Inquirer, Manila Bulletin, Panahon TV, Net25, Rappler, Philippine Star, Tribune, Rimate, DZEZ, and Malaya. Okay, so may I request now our panelists headed by Secretary Yusek Halad and Yusek Densi, Dr. Malano, of course. Doc Flaby, please. Okay, so I'm sure our panelists here now ready for questions, having done with launching. So we now open for questions. Yes, Benji of DCWB. Benji Liwanag.
Hi, sir. Good morning. Maganda po yung website, ano? Pero how secure is the website? Kasi nagkakaroon po tayo ng problema, especially hindi lang dito sa Pilipinas, kung hindi worldwide. Ang problema natin yung na-hack, napapasok. Especially, ang dapat na laman talaga nito are accurate information and real time. How...
Yes, thank you very much sa question mo. No?
Yes, sir.
Actually, ang ating PAGASA website ay naka-host sa Amazon web server. Ito naka-cloud na po tayo, which is a very good and very safe web server po. At ito po ay napakabilis, no? So, with this Amazon web server, maiiwasan po natin ang traffic, lalo na po pag occurrences ng mga tropical cyclone sa Pilipinas po. So, with this new website, we are very safe with this ating pong PAGASA website.
Okay. Sa Pilipinas po, mahirap po ang internet access. Fluctuating, especially. Although we have already mobiles, maganda ho naman no, and everybody has an access through mobile. But the thing is, hindi ho kaya, there will come a time na magkaroon din ho ng delay dun sa mga information na ilalabas? Or kaya ho bang mag-backtrack din ng kagaya ko, isang mamamayan gusto kong tignan at gusto kong i-compare yung kanina, nahuli ako eh. Kasi ho, wala akong internet access eh. Hindi ko alam yung bahay pala namin, binabaha na, tinamaan na. Paano po ito?
As we have said, ito pong new host po ng Pag-asa. We can assure na po yung ating pong connectivity, yung ating pong access sa real-time weather forecast po, lalo po sa mga data at mga datos po natin, ay makukuha po natin ng mabilis. No? Dahil the backtrack as of ang ito pong ang latest information po natin, makukuha po natin with this web server po natin. So, makikita po natin ang real-time na mga pa natin. But for the backtrack, pwede po tayo makapagbigay using our Pag-asa Unified, yung PUMIS po natin, ano? Nakalagay po lahat ang mga data dyan at pwede po nating kunin lahat yung mga data niyan free of charge po, lalo po sa academe at sa mga government entities po, agencies.
With this website, sir, may mga information na po nakukuha kami sa cellular phones ng Smart, Globe, updating us through MDRRMC or at the Pag-asa. Pagka ito po ngayon, na-launch ninyo ito, tuloy pa rin po yung ibibigay sa amin na information or madadagdagan po or paano po?
Tuloy pa rin yan. Kasi yung operation center natin doon sa NDRMC is a user of the website of Pag-asa. Doon din kami kumukuha ng information. And that we cascade through advisories to the regional offices and different agencies, including down to the local government units.
Okay. So, Yusek Halad, lahat po ng information on disaster, pati po yung updated report ninyo, makikita na po namin sa websites?
Well, kung ano yung nakikita natin, yun din ang access namin. Ano? But there are other initiatives that we are going to undertake, and that is basically on information system. Ito kasi forecasting at saka cascading with information, which we can use tayong mga disaster managers na sinasabi. We can use so that aided ng information yung ating decisions. But there are other information systems that we have to do, and that is like, for example, we have to craft, like for example, command and control system at saka yung monitoring of the effects. Yun, hindi na kasi sa kanila yun eh. More on sa local government units. And there are other models na ngayon in place na, aided by some organizations like UNDP. And yun ang tinitingnan natin na i-replicate natin doon sa ibang areas.
Thank you very much.
Banggitin ko lang dahil sinabi niya yung LGU. Dapat ang magsasalita si Yusek Densing. Pero about a year ago, we had this Science and Technology Caravan in Region 1. And I was invited to visit the parang center ng Dagupan City. They have a smart city center na kung saan iba't ibang aspeto ng buhay nila ay may mga databases sila at may mga connections sa iba't ibang sources of information. What attracted me most was their connection to yung mga information ng Pag-asa, ng PBOLs, and meron silang mga tao na nag-a-analyze and trying to translate it into what they have to do at the city government. So it's under their parang smart city program.
In fact, pang dagdag lamang, ang major difference is, banggit nga ni Yusek Halad, tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung tatanggap natin na text, no, dahil nasa batas naman yan na ma-inform ang taong bayan sa nangyayari. But these are current events, no? But the beauty about the website is it gives us forecasts. So 3 days ahead, 4 days ahead, local chief executives, if after analyzing the information, there's accuracy in the forecast, then they can make decisions right away kung kailangan ba sila magsuspindi na ng klase, hindi pa nangyayari. Kasi meron para tayong experience na ang mga local chief executives natin, nag-aantay pa rin. Sinabi na nga na may signal number 2, inaantay pa rin na talaga bumagsak yung ulan. But with the forecasting being seen in the website itself, pag sinabi na 2 days, merong signal number 2, signal number 3, o red warning, no? Red color sa bagsak ng ulan, yung habagat, pwede na magdesisyon ng LCU. Huwag na tayo magpa-klase bukas dahil ang forecast, mayroong red warning, baka magkaroon ng baha, mag-alintala yung ating mga estudyante. So mayroon ng mga ganon. So this is a very good website. Again, special emphasis on the relevancy and accuracy. Of course, hindi naman yan 100% accurate. Meron pa rin sabit yan pa isa-isa. But at least we're sure that the accuracy is at the high side of the equation.
Sir, with the new website, we at radio like DZBB or any other radio and television will also have access pa rin sa forecaster for the live reports. Kasi baka mamaya, hindi, pasok na lang kayo sa website, bahala na dyan. Because kailangan din pong malaman ng mga tao, yung mga listeners, mga nasa sasakyan, monitoring radio. Yun yung isa sa tinitingnan ko. Kasi ako dun sa program ko, every Sunday, 11 a.m., meron po akong Pag-asa report, unang-una. Meron pa po pa kaya kaming magkakaroon ng access sa mga forecaster.
Gusto nyo ba hinto natin?
Ayun nga po Yun nga po. Ang kinakabahan ko Huwag nyo pong ihinto dahil nakagawian na po Nakagawian na ng tao na makinig po sa radyo on the forecast.
Itong website po natin, isa lang po ito sa media na pwedeng makuha yung information ng Pag-asa. Yung ibang tuloy-tuloy pa rin po yun. Lahat po yun, ituloy-tuloy pa rin. Dagdagan natin kung ano bang pwede natin magawa.
Salamat po.
Okay, question from Ray Palayo of GNTV is now acknowledged.
Good morning po. Yung pong bang website natin, nagkaroon po ba ng parang trial dun sa mga gagamit po? Like for example, anong level po ba ang ine-expect nyo na makaka-absorb nung pong nilalaman po ng website natin? Mga anong level po nung educational background or kaya po ba nito ng mga high school level or paano po bang?
Thank you very much sa question mo. Ito pong aming mga nilagay sa website, lalo na pa yung mga ating tutorial sa video. No, kung pwede, yung level niya, binababa namin kung ito po ay nasa primary, kung ito po sa college level, meron po siyang level. So, anybody can understand, can access, dahil ang procedure po natin pangbasa. No? So, kung ano pong level kayo, ilalagay po natin to upang ma-reach ng natin lahat. So, ito nga po ang sinasabi po natin na ang information po nito, in cooperation with the Office of Civil Defense, kasi sila ang una, pagbigay namin ng warning, Office of the President, and of course, the Office of Civil Defense, because from the national down to barangay level, may communication sila at kami po ay tumutulong lang. So, ito pong level na ito hanggang national, down to regional, provincial, municipal, hanggang barangay level, iaakma namin ang mga video tutorial po nito para maintindihan lang po ng masa.
So you mean to say, sir, bukod mag-upload din kayo ng mga videos kung paano po gagamitin ito pong, or maintindihan ito pong website, ganun po ba? Pero sa unang tingin, sir, dun sa mga, kasi may mga nakalagay, radar, ano pong ine-expect nyo na magiging appreciation ng unang bungad po ng mga gagamit nito? Ano po ang ine-expect nyo na magiging appreciation na nakaagad sa website? Agad po ba nating masasabi na, maintindihan mo na agad na may bagyo dyan or merong ulan na pupunta dyan? Ganun po ba ang appreciation natin, sir?
Yung una natin, yung pinakaano natin, yung metrogram. At doon sa metrogram, makikita mo ang 5-day weather forecast at i-type mo ron kung anong municipality ka ron. Bibigyan ka ng weather forecast ng metrogram. So 5-day weather forecast, makikita po ron, lalo pa yung mga key cities po natin. So doon po lang sa umpisa, marireach na ng any individual kung ano ang gusto nilang mangyari doon sa website. And of course, yung makikita mo ko agad doon sa satellite na pinakita namin, meron siya agad pula. Kung merong important event like tropical cyclone, may indicator na doon, i-click mo lang, may mga icon tayo ron. Doon mo makikita kagad kung merong important event o very strong tropical cyclone na tatama sa atin. So, with that, ang dami nating mga warning doon na through icon lang, i-click mo lang, makikita mo kung anong mga tumatama sa atin, kung habagat, tropical cyclone, at lalo na po yung mga thunderstorm na nagbibigay sa atin ng mga rainfall forecast ng yellow, red, etc. po.
Ako'y magpapaalam na kasi at meron pa ako ibang programa. Sabihin ko lang na we will welcome feedback doon sa mga gumagamit para malaman natin kung paano i-improve at mas tumaas ang utilization. Yung tanong mo kanina kung anong level, hindi ko alam kung ano ibig sabihin ng level. Pwede bang IQ yun? Pwedeng grade level? Ang masasabi ko lang siguro, the easiest way to categorize is by generation. Yung mga millennials can easily understand that, the Gen X, but the baby boomers, I think, will not be very quick to understand. Sama ko doon.
Thank you, sir.
Sagutin ko rin yung sinasabi, thank you po sir, yung tinanong ni Ray, kung ano yung magiging impression ba yun? Pagbukas nakikita agad yung radar. Sa akin, useful yun dahil radar means ano yung ulan. Di ba? Mayroong nakalagay doon sa bandang kanan, doon sa mapa, yung graduation kung ano yung intensity ng rainfall na nandoon. May corresponding kulay yon. Kung ano yung heavy, kung ano yung moderate, ano yung light. So, pag tiningnan mo yung mapa, may makikita kang mga kulay kung saan siya banda ang ulan, kung saan yung pula, kung anong kulay. So makikita mo kung ano bang lugar nito na may ulan. Aside from that, mayroon ding mga warning May color-coded warning kung halimbawa may ulan na malakas, may red, yellow, at saka orange. So makikita mo na itong lugar na to ay binabaha na or malakas na yung ulan. So maganda kung sa akin lang dahil taga-pag-asa kasi ako Maganda para sa akin dahil makikita mo kung anong lugar ang may ulan, ano yung walang ulan, ano yung pwedeng puntahan sa lugar na to o within the Philippines. So para bang ang buong Pilipinas ay covered na ng mga radar observations.
Sir, ngayon po kasi kahapon pa lang, ang dami na pong mga nag-cancel ng klase. Pero natira po ang Makati. Ngayon, pareho no po nilang sinasabi na based dun sa forecast ng pag-asa, ganito, may mga ulan na ganito, kaya kami nag-cancela ng klase. Pero ang Makati, ganun din. Based dun sa forecast ng pag-asa, light to moderate rains lamang ang ulan ngayon, kaya hindi kami magsususpindi ng klase. But, we're advising the public to bring their umbrellas and... sa inyo pong pare-pareho lang naman po siguro yung forecaster na tinatanong. Yung forecast po.
Depende din kasi sa lugar kung ano yung epekto ng ulan. Halimbawa, light to moderate yung ulan or ano bang klaseng ulan meron ka. So napag-aralan na ng locality yon kung ano yung affected doon sa kanilang locality. So depende din. Kasi sabi ko nga, yung 25 millimeters of rain for an hour na bagsak dito sa Metro Manila, iba yung epekto doon sa ibang lugar. So, depende yon sa locality.
Okay po. Isa na lang po, total nandito po si Yusek Halad. Yusek Halad, baka sasakop din po siguro ng DOST itong, dahil naglabas po ang Pangulo ng EO52, kung hindi po nagkakamali, yun po yung Program Management Office for Earthquake Resiliency. Medyo ano lang po ng konti, ito nandito po ang DOST. Nasaan na po yung, nasang step na po tayo doon sa creation po ba yun ng bagong agency or meron po bang part ng civil defense po doon, sir?
Parang coordinator ito ng ng mga preparation for the earthquake, and it is a separate body, separate from OCD, to be supervised directly by the cabinet cluster on climate change and DRR, which is being co-chaired by Secretary Simatue and Secretary Lorenzana. So, pre-earthquake sila, kami after. But specifically for the greater Metro Manila area. So, ganun ang separation. And, well, it is really a takeoff from RA 10121, but the cabinet recognized the urgency of undertaking preparedness for the earthquake in Metro Manila and immediate environs. Kaya nagkaroon ng ganong intervention. So, at what level na ngayon yung activation ng PMO? Well, it's not OCD that it's going to activate it. Nasa nasa cabinet cluster yon.
Thank you, sir.
Question from Dr. Caris. Castor is now recognized.
Question ko po as a media person and Ched. Okay? Nasabi po ni Dr. Dalida na magpo-propose sila sa DOST. Hindi ba pwedeng wag na lang sila mag-propose, bigyan na lang sila ng pera? Kasi if you're going to propose, it will take time. Hindi ba dapat meron dalagang pondo? Kasi this is the new age of all the disasters, and we are the #1 most disaster-prone country in the world. Why do you need to propose to DOST? Bigyan na ng jacket yan. Hindi po ba? Kasi if you will have to come up with the next proposals na itong gagawin natin, ito pa yung gagawin natin, it will take time, it will take effort, it will take a lot of other bureaucratic pathways. Why can't DOST provide R&D funds solely for Pag-asa? Because Pag-asa for me is the most critical in terms of survival ng country.
Hello. Sana si Secretary nandito. But ganito ang may sistema ang DOST. One of them is the grant aid program where the money is used to fund deserving projects. On the other hand, ang Pag-asa has its own budget too. Ang alam ko merong DOST Pag-asa Modernization Program. So they are well funded. But for those projects or mga plano nila not included in the modernization program, that's where we come in. So kami dagdag ng pondo. Meron silang pondo, pwede pandagdagan. That's the scheme that we do. So ang maganda naman sa amin, there is a process of evaluation to make sure that project is really deserving. So may proseso lang.
Ako po umupo kasi bilang evaluator. Tapos naaawa ako sa Pag-asa, nagmumukha silang beggar, nagmumukha silang parang ito pong aming output for year #1. Hindi ba dapat trabaho na naman nila yun? So dapat the treatment that we should afford them they should not be the regular researchers, but dapat nandoon sila sa stage na ibigay na ng jacket. O sige po. But anyway, that is DOST's naman ho yan eh. So wala naman po tayong dapat itanong. And it's doing well. Isang question, impact assessment at saka yung inyong data collection of the usability. Meron ba kayong inilalagay dyan na ganun kasi ang problema maganda ang technology. But you know that the technology transfer, the technology acceptance is a big problem. Kasi kahapon nag-interview ako, it's one of the projects na pinondohan din ng DOST, and na-realize ng scientists natin is the social science aspect that seems to be lacking. And even if the technology is so good, it does not work because the social scientists are not being communicated. At ang laki na naging impact pala nung dumating sa mga social scientists na tumulong. Dito po sa inyong website, this is not just a project. This is also a research. Meron bang social science tayo na component para malaman kung talagang nag-i-impact to sa community?
Siguro makikita natin na, lalo na ngayon, for your information, sa launching natin to, merong nag-login kaagad na 100 users. No? So, ibig sabihin, yung social aspect natin, like yung media, yung text, yung ating mga Facebook, ayan po ay open sa atin. Meron po kami yan at yun ay naibibigay namin kahit ng mga millennial, pwede po makapasok sa aspect niyan. So, siguro, ang isa sa tinitinan din natin, tama nga sabi mo, yung social impact no, ng ating ano. But, however, yung information education campaign namin, hindi po yun, tuloy-tuloy po yun, continuing. At yan po, kasama pong media every year. Kasama si Venus, ay kasama ang mga selected, no? At ito ay binibigay namin. Kasi kayo ang partner din namin sa social media. So, kailangang alagaan namin kayo. Hindi na po namin kayo inaaway. Kaibigan po namin. Bigyan rin po namin kayo ng jacket.
Sige, sir. Last question. Kasi po ang OB Pass ko po dito, Ched. So can I ask something about education? Yung OB Pass Ano bang coordination nyo with the education department? Kasi as you see, in every disaster, it's education, the education sector is the most affected. Ang mga estudyante natin ang nawawalan ng klase, ang mga eskwela natin ang nagiging disaster relief operation sites. Lahat po ng ang education sector talaga natin ng isa sa mga pinakakawawa din na sektor. Ano ang connection or ano ang ating parang coordination with the DepEd and CHED?
Mayroon tayong partnership with DepEd. Isa sa ating mga kasamahan ay kasama doon sa nag-craft ng curriculum sa DepEd. Ito po siguro may expound ng ating kasamahan si Dr. Kayanan. Dahil kasama silang gumagawa o nagpiprepare nung curriculum ng DepEd.
Maraming salamat po. Actually, nag-partner kami with DepEd. Yung mga textbooks nila, meron silang yung tungkol sa natural hazards, particularly hydromet hazards. Kasama po kami sa nag-e-edit ng mga textbooks nila para makorek yung tamang informasyon. And then also, lalo na po bago mag-umpisa yung tagulan, we are working with DepEd para doon sa information education campaign, what to expect. And I think there are series of IECs. Meron kaming mga kasamahan sa PAGASA na work with them na nag-conduct ng mga workshops before doon sa etong pasukan. So, siguro we still have more to do. Siguro yung talagang curriculum nila ay naiipasok talaga doon at tamang impormasyon yung makukuha doon sa, lalo na sa mga textbooks. And we are open pa rin na we have some projects na tinitrain din namin yung science teachers natin through our research and training and development division na may projects din po tayo na tinitrain natin yung mga science teachers natin para how to deliver or ituro sa mga bata yung ating mga disaster, mga topics po natin on hydromet hazards.
Idagdag ko rin yung coordination mechanism natin, ito yung NDRRMC, National Disaster Risk Reduction Management Council. At nandun lahat, kasama na yung DepEd. So, at all thematic areas of disaster risk reduction management, hindi lang sa response. So, marami tayong mga technical working group at saka technical management group that addresses yung mga different activities ng council.
Yeah, additional information from Dr. Dalida.
Yes, thank you Dr. Caster ng DZEC. Actually siguro ang inyong in-emphasize yung sususpend no ng mga klase lalo ngayon lakas ng ulan. Actually ang Quezon City wala pong pasok ngayon. At meron po tayong text blast no. Kung tayo ay nasa NCR, ang mayor, vice mayor down to mga administrator niya, may text blast po yun, kasama po yan sa binibigyan natin. At of course, kami po ay warning agency namin, binibigyan namin ang senaryo sa mga punong abala natin, lalo yung mga mayor, governors, lalo na sa mga probinsya. No? So sila po ang may karapatan na mag-suspend ng klase. But on our end, binibigay po namin sa inyo, kanila, through text blast, ano po ang happening, at ano po ang senaryo sa mga darating pong araw. So with that, yun po ang aming sigurong contribution po namin sa local government unit and of course doon po sa hanggang sa mag-cancela po ng mga klase.
Yes.
Babalikan ko lang yung earlier question about impact assessment. Napakahalaga nito kasi kami yung funding agency, may tumitingin din sa likod pa rin namin, ang COA, ano ba naging value ng project na yan. So, meron kaming ginagawa yung project or program, impact assessment for big projects. And walang excuse yan. Pagka siguro in the year or two, titingnan natin yung data, how it has affected or benefited the stakeholders. At we normally engage some independent researchers. Siyempre, hindi yung taga-pag-asa mag-research, but some other third party, tingnan nila ang data, ano ba, nakatulong nga ba ito? And kanina nga, si Yusek Densing, we're probably discussing about possibility of future funding. Nabanggit na merong NDRMC na may funding kasi sila. And kung napatunayan, nakakatipid tayo ng funds sa disaster, maybe we can use that fund to fund other projects related to weather and disaster risk reduction. Baka yun dapat na approach. We will look at that impact assessment.
Thank you. Siguro just to add also, next week we will be observing the Typhoon and Flood Awareness Week under Presidential Proclamation 1535. Actually, we're targeting to have an audience with DepEd officials. We call it orientation consultation meeting because we recently developed educational materials for grade 5 and 6, and hopefully this will be rolled out nationwide, but basically we'll introduce them to DepEd officials next week. Okay, so again also next week we'll have a kick-off activity which is also a press con for the typhoon and flood awareness, and there'll be an annual media seminar workshop as the last part of the activity and this week-long celebration. So that's it. Okay, Dr. Caster, thank you for that question. Any more questions, Ms. Desiree from Panahon TV?
Good morning po and congratulations sa ating bagong website. We're talking about disaster preparedness and resiliency. However, some areas most vulnerable to disasters here in the Philippines do not have much access to the internet, unfortunately. My question is, how will the new website be accessible to these areas? Ilang kbps po ba or Mbps yung kailangan ng isang user para ma-access ito? Halimbawa ng mga naka-mobile data lamang po. Meron po ba tayong feature na nakakapag-adjust? Depende dun sa internet strength ng isang lugar para kahit papaano po ay ma-access pa rin to, lalo na po sa rural areas.
Yes, thank you very much. Itong bago naming Amazon na web server, we expect the server to handle a very large volume of users. Ibig sabihin, because yung server po namin is scale dependent. Ibig sabihin, nag-a-adjust siya sa number of users accessing the website. So meaning, kung million of users ang mag-access, automatically nag-adjust ang Amazon to cater this number of users. So, walang problema sa pag-access po namin. Lalo na yung naiwasan po natin ang traffic.
Banggit ko nga kanina in terms of internet access, we're already 12th in the world, but it's only 63% of total population. Kaya nga tama yung banggit ni kasamang Benji kanina, at sabi ni Dr. Malano, this is just one mode of disseminating information. So kung malakas ang internet mo at ikaw ay regular internet user, pwede ka mag-access. Doon sa mga area na talaga hindi aabuti ng internet, nandyan pa rin ang radyo, nandyan pa rin po ang text para mabigyan ng impormasyon yung ating mga kababayan. So this is one of the modes. We're not stopping the existing modes that we're using for purposes of distributing or disseminating information, but we are just adding, and hopefully we can add more, no? To have more Filipinos having access to this information.
All right. Any more questions? Yes, sir.
Magandang umaga po. I am Melvin from the Philippine Daily Inquirer. Tanong ko po, doon po sa ating PAGASA website, I'm looking at the possibility of paano po ba natin ito ibebenta sa publiko in such a manner na anuhin po nila, dudumugin po nila. Like, it's not simply saying we have a new website. So ano po yung strongest come-on na pwede ho nating i-offer sa kanila by simply telling the public, come to our website and this is what you get.
Yun atin naman lumang website ay nandyan pa rin yan. Siguro may ilalagay doon sa website natin na we will be migrating to another website. So, ang website ng PAGASA, isa yun sa pinakamaraming pumupunta. Kailan ba? 2013, highest yung number of visitors sa PAGASA. So, hindi naman siguro mahirap na mag-invite ng mga visitors doon sa PAGASA website, new website, dahil pwede natin gamitin yung lumang website to invite them.
Additional info, Melvin, ano? Ano nga bang question?
Ano po yung pang-come-on na...
Yung come-on.
Yeah.
Yung come-on. Actually, ang come-on namin dito, yung new features natin.
New features.
No, kunyari, by municipality, tatama ang bagyo dyan. Anong municipality ang tatamaan at ilang tao ang maapektuhan at ilang houses ang masisira, whether it is light, medium, or strong built. So ito yung come-on natin na isang features na kahit na ang mga simple na mamamayan ay magiging aware na tatamaan kami rito sa sa Basay, Samar, no? So tatama sa amin. Ilan ba? Dahil actually, kaya may cooperation kami with the Philippine Statistical Authority dahil kinuha namin lahat, no, sa survey ng 2010, kinuha namin lahat ng mga types of material ng houses, ilan ang tao sa municipality. So, meron kaming datos po na gano'n na pwede kayong mabigyan at magiging interesado ang tao dito, lalo na kung may bagyo.
Kami po sa DALG, we will be definitely issuing a memorandum circular to all the local chief executives to promote bagong.pagasa.gov.ph, DOST.gov.ph. Pangalawa po, we will also encourage them to put in the billboards in their respective local government units para malaman din ng taong bayan na meron ng bagong website na dapat silang sangguni if they want to know the weather or forecasts kung nasan man sila. At pangatlo, nandito na rin naman kayo mga taga-media, makikiusap na rin kami sa inyo na baka pwede ninyong i-broadcast na rin sa inyong mga programa at sa inyong mga istasyon and media outlets na ang tao pwede ho sila mag-access sa bagong.pagasa.dost.gov.ph as a reference for future or forecast. No? So humihingi rin kami ng tulong ninyo para ma-disseminate po yung bagong website.
Second question, can I have another question, ma'am? Kay Yusek Halad po sana. Kasi po, sir, dito po sa ating ginagawa pag-asa, it's just parang natural occurrence po yung pinaghahandaan po natin. I was in a forum last week regarding po doon sa in relation to Environment Month. Yung concern po na nire-raise po ng ilang environment groups sa pwedeng pagpapalala daw po ng disaster with regard to the planned reclamation projects dyan po sa Manila Bay. Meron po silang mga sinasabing lalala daw yung storm surge, maapektuhan daw po yung marine ecosystem, whatever. So, marami pong nagsasabing totoo naman yan, meron nagsasabing hindi po totoo. Sa pananaw po ng inyong opisina, sir, ano po ba talaga ang dapat nating ibalita, sabihin sa publiko in relation to doon po sa planong pag-reclaim ng Manila Bay at saka yung build projects daw po ng administration?
So kailangan yung kung may reclamation, it should be risk informed, di ba? And meron din akong mga nakakausap kasi na we really need to conduct yung risk assessment and vulnerability analysis. Meron kaming initiative lately na simulan, and that is the updating of the Metro Manila Earthquake Impact Reduction Study, considering that the West Valley Fault movement will not only affect Metro Manila, but will also affect Region 3, part of Region 3 and Region 4A. So that's why right now we are updating the study, expanded to include parts of Region 3 and Region 4A. But then, kasi ito yung nasimulan nung nagkaroon ng strong consciousness on the need to prepare for that earthquake. But nakita natin that we have to make it, our assessment will have to be all hazard. So, yun ang aming tinitingnan. Conduct a thorough all hazard risk assessment and vulnerability analysis starting in Metro Manila. Pero ito ay initiative na dapat gagawin ng regional. For Metro Manila, ang concern dito ay MMDA. The chairman being the chairperson of the Metro Manila Regional Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council. Other regions can follow suit through the council, through their respective council. So, yung balik ko doon sa tanong mo tungkol sa planong reclamation, then ang sagot natin yan is kailangan magiging risk informed yung mga projects na gano'n.
So in short, sir, dapat po bang mangamba ang mga tao o hindi? Dahil po dun sa gagawing reclamation?
Well, titignan pa nga natin yung nakikipag-usap kami sa mga makakatulong sa amin.
Yes, sir.
Para sa pag-conduct ng risk assessment and vulnerability analysis. So, that's one project that we are going to push forward. So, ayaw ko namang i-preempt kung ano yung mangyari doon sa study namin.
Okay. So, wala pa pong study? Wala pa po. Thank you, sir.
Okay, yeah. Question from Benji.
Sir, can you give us a ballpark figure kung magkano nagastos ng pamahalaan dito sa new website?
Para sa amin yata yan. As funding agency, parang umabot kami ng mga 17M, 17. Relatively, maliit lang yun. Tama ba? 17. Initially, about 15 plus additional 2. Parang gano'n ang pakatanda ko dito.
Okay, any more? Yes, Dr. Castro.
May kulang ba tayo sa mga meteorologists? Kasi this is the golden age of Pag-asa. I mean, with all the disasters happening and storm, cyclones, all these things are the number one things in the issue. Do we lack meteorologists in the country?
Sa ngayon, sa buong Pag-asa, mayroon tayong about 1,000 personnel. With the increase of the number of our demand of services, nangangailangan tayo ng additional of more than 600. Not only meteorologists, kasama na yung mga support technicians for radars, technicians for or flood forecasting warning centers, personnel to man these flood forecasting warning centers. During this period, we are now on process of implementing the Modernization Act of 2015, and we are still negotiating with DBM on the request of this additional personnel because we have added 13 flood forecasting warning centers, and since 2010 we have additional of 10 radar stations. So for those stations that we have established during the past several years, then we are to request for this additional personnel.
Because you're only as good as the intellectual capital that will be feeding in to help Pag-asa. So do you see in the future that we will be lacking the personnel, the meteorologists, the technicians? Because that's a very important step na ngayon pa lang ay makipag-usap na tayo sa CHED.
Actually po, as of now, there is an ongoing training which is called the Meteorologist Training Course. And we also have a plan to conduct another one, I think by October. There will be another meteorologist training course kasi gagraduate yung mga nagte-training ngayon by September. And aside from meteorologist training course, there will be MTTC. This is for technician. So this is also in anticipation of our needs for the additional items that will be given by DBM for the modernization of Pag-asa.
Isipin na rin natin yung brain drain na mangyayari because ang laki ng brain drain natin, ang laki ng ino-offer na mga pera na sa mga specialists like those working for Pag-asa to work abroad. Second question ko po, pwede kasing, if you want to strengthen your engagement with DepEd and with CHED, ang katapat lang po niyan ay ang CMO at ang DepEd Memorandum Order na kung saan lahat ng mga eskwelahan ay susunod down to the letter. And I experienced that by writing a CMO, you see all the teachers knowing that particular legislative policy and they're following it. Meron po ba tayo mga CMO and DepEd na talagang sobra-sobra, talagang kailangan natin, even having this required to be understood or to be placed in the lessons, for students to access them, to include them in the curriculum, everything you can already push. Remember, 1/4 of the population of the Philippines are all studying. 1/4. And by simple paper, a 2-page CMO can already change the ball game.
Pwede po akong sumagot dyan kasi member po ako ng Meteorology Committee ng CHED. So, meron po kasing binubuo ngayon ng CHED na mag-o-offer po ng BS Meteorology course sa mga state universities po. Nag-start po ito dun sa scholarship program ng Agham Party List that time. Itutuloy po nila ito na mag-o-offer po ng BS Meteorology. Meron na po silang actually Bicol, I think it is Mariano Marcos State University. Meron din sa Visayas and Mindanao. So they are coming up with a BS Meteorology course. I'm not sure if it will be this August, but definitely if it will not push to this time kasi nagkaroon na po kami ng seminar workshop doon sa curriculum ng BS Meteorology I think it was last April. So nabuo na po yung curriculum para dito and sana ma-push through. Kasama rin po natin ang DOST dyan, tsaka yung iba't ibang ahensya. So, there will be ABS Meteorology. If not this year, this August, it will be next year.
Kulang din ata kasi ng teachers.
Meron na pong nag-masters sa UP ng doon sa mga state universities. So, yung requirement po na may masteral degree yung mga professor or faculty para sa course na yon, meron na pong napag-graduate sila. I think it is required na around 2 master's degree in meteorology bago makapagbigay sila ng course na yon. So may nagtapos na po.
Anyway, meron tayong bagong graduate CMO. Baka pwede nyo rin i-interface yun sa meteorology. And last question po, pwede bang i-access yung calamity fund ng mga SUCs? Ng mga higher education institutions in terms of, because the higher education sector has that extension mission, and that can be interfaced in terms of extending their support to the community and working together with the local government. We have already talked with Secretary Manny of Climate Change Commission, and I think there will be a joint circular with I think DOLG ate and Climate Change na lahat po ng mga local climate action plan, they're encouraging the involvement of state universities and colleges sa mga higher education institutions natin. In terms of the calamity fund, are you seeing greater involvement of the higher education sector? Again, 1/4 of all the population are studying, and 95% of all scientists belong to the higher education sector, and nangangailangan at saka ang distribution ng wealth and support is really lopsided. Most of our higher education institutions are not receiving funding from government.
So yung calamity fund is now called National Disaster Risk Reduction Management Fund. Meron ding local DRRM fund. So proactive ito, meaning activities falling under the 4 thematic areas of disaster risk reduction management, prevention, mitigation, preparedness, response, rehabilitation, recovery can be funded out of this. But however, yung budget natin at the national level, yung NDRRM funds, which is a special purpose fund, in the past, specifically for funding repairs, reconstruction, But starting this year, medyo may konting relaxation. Merong doon sa nakasulat doon sa special provision, some pre-disaster activities that can be funded out of that. Doon sa sa NDRRM funds, But for the local DRRM funds, across all 4 thematic areas yan. 70% they can use for preparedness, and that includes prevention and mitigation. 30% for as quick response fund. Kasi sabi naman doon sa RA 10121, we are supposed to budget at funds for DRRM funds minimum of 5%. So aside from the special purpose fund, all agencies, including the LGUs, are supposed to have their DRRM funds. Yun ang proactive dapat. But yung naka-reserve natin na special purpose fund, in the past ay pang priority doon, reconstruction and rehabilitation. But as of this year nga, ay merong identified na menu of projects falling under pre-disaster activities na pwedeng paggagamitan. And one of those is the conduct of risk assessment and vulnerability analysis. At yung nabanggit ko rin kanina na community-based monitoring system. So, wala pang nag-access niyan . So, pwedeng mag-initiate yung mga, at the local level kasi yan . Kung meron silang i-formulate na localized warning system to augment their local DRRM funds, dahil kulang, pwede silang mag-access doon. But it has to be approved through the normal process, which is request to be vetted at OCD and recommended to the Office of the President.
comment ako dyan. Actually, we are now forming consortium of higher education institutions and LGUs. I'm the one handling it kasi I'm in charge of extension for higher education. And this is under the ambit of the Climate Change Commission, wherein the problem with the Climate Change Commission is that majority of the local climate action plan are unacceptable because our local government, kulang sila ng teknolohiya and manpower and expertise to really come up with a good local climate action plan. And it was observed by the Climate Change Commission na kapag sumama kahit man lang kaperanggot doon ang representative ng higher education, nag-iiba ang buong plano because the academe really can input a lot of brain work into a simple document. And with that observation, ang ginawa na po natin is nagfo-form na tayo ng consortium ngayon. This is the latest with Climate Change Commission. Nagfo-form na tayo ng consortium na kung saan ang mga schools and local government universities, by virtue of the extension mission of higher education, sila na ang gumagawa ng local climate action plan. So probably, sir, we can discuss together paano natin mabibigyan ng pagkakataon ng ating mga higher education institutions to also access those funding because they really need it to develop not just curriculum but also the students, the instruction and research and extension. Yun lang po, sir. And maybe we can have a change of card later and then I'll communicate it with you.
And of course, if I may add, DOST is always there to partner with you if it involves science and technology intervention or developing some technologies. We can always partner with you. And we have offices at the regional level. Kung nandun yung consortium, we also support the research consortium in the region. So both at the national level and the regional level, merong presence din ng DOST. I'm not sure if this interagency that you're mentioning, merong representation from DOST. Maybe it's good to invite a representative at the regional level. I was thinking it's at the regional level.
Bagong idea, actually, kakararating lang. I have a meeting today. He's the president of the Northwestern Visayas College. And pinag-uusapan namin yung strategy na i-engage natin ang different HEIs, higher education institutions in the region. So we're now forming we're piloting our experiment. This is the North Panay Consortium, and we're also coming up with, I think, a Tacloban Consortium of higher education with local government, with businesses, and with international collaboration, creating a local climate action plan that will access the People's Survival Fund and funding from the Commission on Higher Education. I think we'll also be involving, probably since you're also here, we can discuss it later. Yeah. How we can involve DOST.
Region 6, we have a presence, DOST Region 6. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Ma'am.
Yes, Benji.
Ma'am, sir, going back to the launching of the new websites, sir, isasara na ba natin yung website ng Pag-asa? Kasi baka magkaroon ng kalituhan, although may mga informations pa rin. We're checking on it right now. Kasi di ba baka dalawa na yung i-access eh. May bagong, sasabihin namin, bagong.pagasa.dost.gov.ph pero meron pa tayong pagasa.gov.ph. Sir.
Thank you for the concern. As of now, you will still access the old website and you will be directed to the new Pag-asa website. Or you can directly go to the new website dito. So, pagdating doon sa access mo, sabi ng IT ko,
na-trinay po namin, wala eh.
Na-traffic lang, na-traffic.
Okay. Ayun, that's the problem. We're having about the traffic.
Okay, sige.
Good morning po. Sa ngayon po is parallel pa silang nagraran. Magkakaroon pa po ng transition sa Pag-asa, yung bagong website, papunta sa existing natin. Thank you.
So,
when?
Kailan daw?
Ang expected na start ng transition po is sa July po. Pero hindi po namin alam kung kailan natatapos yung transition. Ililipat.
Walang direction na pumunta na doon sa bagong website. If you're going to open, ngayon kasi nag-access kami. just to be accurate of the information to be that we are giving to the public. Nagpapa-access kami ng bagong website, but at the same time, lumalabas yung old website. So, what would we do?
Sa ngayon po is dalawa po yung link natin. Yung isa po is yung bagong.pagasa.dost.gov.ph at yung isa po yung yung pagasa.dost.gov.ph. Pero naglagay po kami ng link dun sa existing website natin para makapunta kayo sa bagong.pagasa.website natin. Nasa bandang kanan po siya. Kung makikita niyo po sa sidebar, may image po doon na nakalagay New Pagasa website.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Benji. Any more questions or clarifications, suggestions? Yes, sir.
Yes. Sir, ma'am, pwede po ba yung mga terminology yung ginagamit dun sa website? Would it be possible na layman yung gamitin na terms para it can be understood by just about anybody? Kasi minsan yung technical terms, hirap yung tao. Katulad nung just like what happened before, yung surge, not familiar yung term. So unexpectedly, hindi sila prepared dun sa eventualities. Meron bang transition or effort na gawing medyo layman yung mga terms na gagamitin dun sa website?
Yes, thank you very much. No, ako nasasagot doon. Actually, marami na nga, no, previously, these are the question kung paano i-lemanize. Actually, yung iba na lemanize na natin, no, at actually sa 5 PRS din natin, ibig sabihin ng Pag-asa Regional Services Division sa Norte, sa Bisaya, sa Bicol, Mindanao, na ita-translate na natin sa local dialect nila. No? Pero sa NCR, kasi English speaking no, Tagalog, yung iba talaga hindi mo pwedeng i-translate into yung like yung ITZZ, Intertropical Convergence Zone, yung tail end of the cold front, no? Ang hirap i-Tagalog 'yon. Pag tinagalog mo, parang ang hirap mo lalo kayo. So yung tail end, nilalagyan na lang namin ng gano'n. Kasi hindi mo na kayang i-translate yun into yung siguro makakatulong na sa explanation, But tama yon. Hanggang ngayon, nagkakaroon ang mga researcher namin, talagang lalo yung daluyong, term surges, yung talagang meron kaming mga terms doon na talagang pang layman, pero iba talaga hindi namin kayang But for sure, yung ating mga tao sa field, yung mga nandito rin sila, mga regional director namin, naka-translate na to sa Ilocano, sa Bisaya. Ang wala pa po yung yung CAR, kasi yung Cordillera Autonomous Region. Hindi, actually the ARM. Kasi hindi mo pwedeng i-translate into Muslim dialect kasi 7 pala yung kanilang tribo na dapat kung ita-translate mo, 7 rin ita-translate mo na area. So, wala pa kami meteorologist na, tamang sabi ni Dr. Castor, wala kaming meteorologist na ating Muslim brother na pwedeng i-translate niya into their dialect, Doon kami nahihirapan. Kaya sa Mindanao, ang daming Bisaya ron So, Bisaya language. But for the Muslim community, mga brother natin, wala pa kaming mga meteorologist na pwede i-translate into 7 languages ng kanilang mga tribo po.
Sir, if I may add, actually we've been simplifying our meteorological terms for the past couple of years, and we also seek the help of the media. That's why we conduct annual media seminar workshops on Pag-asa products and services, basically to help us out while they're give out their reports. Pwede po nilang ma-expound yung ano ba itong mga klaseng systems na to. Because as mentioned, talagang mahirap po. Hindi naman pwede i-translate literally ng Pilipino na mention ni Doc June. So we are in that direction. We've been doing, it's a continuous activity for Pag-asa actually. to simplify all these things para lang po talaga maintindihan. But anyway, thank you for your concern. We are in PAGASA doing that basically to improve our services also. Okay, and we are actually translating some major dialects, yung aming mga information materials. So, kanina na-discuss po, one of the features is the information materials. It's general information na po yun, na pwede niyong i-access. But of course, we have printed materials for that matter. Thank you. All right. Any more questions? Clarification? Last to daw, sabi ni Doc June, kung meron pa. Yes. Benji?
Okay, we're discussing yung pagbaba, yung information, pagbigay. Sabi nga ni Assistant Secretary Dancing is going to talk with the DILG. Pero ang karamihan kasing naapektuhan dito, yung pong barangay, at the barangay level. Pag-access ko, simpleng mamamayan ako na wala ko naintindihan, kung pumasok ko, alimbawa is like Yolanda, malaki pala ito, how would I translate it? Nakita ko lang, maulan eh. Nakita ko lang, yun lang po yung impormasyon at doon ako tumingin. Pero, kumbaga, hindi naman ako, hindi rin techie yung tao, hindi. Tayo po naintindihan natin on our level. How about those people na maapektuhan po nito? Meron po bang dun sa website, meron po bang nakatranslate doon or may information ho ba na madaling maintindihan ng tao pagbukas niya?
Ano pangalan? Benji, makikita mo doon kung sa region ka, tinan mo yung icon na yung sa regional services, i-click mo, pumunta ka sa Bicol region, naka-translate into their dialect yung mga aming forecast, ang aming daily weather forecast, nakalagay sa dialect in Bicol. At kung sabi ko nga, punta ka sa Visayas, i-click mo doon sa Regional Services Division. Naka-translate po yan into their own language po. So doon lang po kasi siguro kami makatulong hanggang sa barangay level kung ordinary personnel ka. But of course, kasama po natin ang Office of Civil Defense, ang DILG, sa pagdi-disseminate po ng ating mga weather forecast from the national down to the barangay level po.
Siguro base doon sa sitwasyon na binanggit ni Benji, kasi that's already, if that's a situation that you're asking, that's already a different case. Bukod sa website, bukod sa pagsasabi sa radyo, meron na hong physical na side ho yan eh. Kailangan bumaba na ang mga local executives, ang mga DILG personnel, most probably also personnel from the Office of the Civil Defense. Kasi kung binabanggit mo na merong ganong messaging na medyo delikado na po, hindi na po yan nalilimit sa information ng website. Meron na actual na physical na mga tao na pupunto dyan para magbigay kaalaman sa ating kababayan na kailangan silang lumikas dahil nasa level na ng sakuna na dapat wala ng tao sa lugar. So again, the forecast is important for us to prepare in case it happens. And once it's confirmed that it will happen, then of course the actual physical support will now come into the picture.
Okay, thank you. Yes, additional?
Dagdagan ko lang, kasi kami ang pangunahin na gumagamit ng information that we can harness from the website. Tapos tinatranslate namin ito into forms of risk communications or advisories to our regional offices through different means. Meron tayong fax, email, website din ng OCD to complement yung information dissemination through PAGASA website. At meron tayong ginagamit din ng mga text messaging, yung aming info board or info blast messages. Ang recipients nito are the different agencies na partners doon sa ng aming regional offices, including local government units. So sila na yung magpaparating ng yung munisipyo, sila na yung magpaparating doon sa barangay. So, ang atin kasing approach ay bottoms up, top down. So tayo nagpaparating ng information down to as lowest level as possible. Yung normal channel natin ay sinasabi ko nga marami, fax, email, website, at text. Yung text, primarily ang recipient, yung mga sinasabi nating disaster managers up to the local level. So yung municipal at saka city DRRM officers ay recipient ng text messages ng regional office ng Office of Civil Defense at ang laman ng text ay hinahango namin doon sa informasyon na nakukuha namin sa Pagasa website. Now, aside from that, meron pa tayong yung cell broadcast system. Kung napapansin nyo, makakatanggap kayo ng text na ang sender ay NDRRMC. So, yun ay, ang ginagamit naman natin doon ay yung mga telcos, Smart at saka Globe. Dahil ang reference natin dyan is Republic Act 10639, nagsasabi na kailangan makakatanggap ng libreng mensahe yung mga cellphone subscribers. So, ganun din, ang informasyon na pinanggalingan yan ay Pag-asa. Very limited yung character kasi 180 characters yata yung pupwede lang doon sa 166. Depende sa technology, yung SMS technology medyo mahaba, kailang matagal. Yung cell broadcast system, mabilis, in minutes, nakukuha ka agad ng mga subscribers, pero mas maiksi yun. Pero doon, ginagamit natin yon para sa mga messages or informasyon na kinakailangan ng immediate action ng mga tao. Diretso na kasi yon sa mga tao. So, hindi natin inaabuso yon. As much as possible, doon pa rin tayo sa usual channel natin through the disaster management officers.
Okay, thank you. Benji, siguro yung concern ninyo, ang Pag-asa naman ay pag may inclement weather or even other weather systems na makakaapekto, ay nagkakandak ho tayo ng presscon, also OCD. So dito po, siguradong makukuha ito ang impormasyon na to through radio, of course, and TV as yung latest natin ay lumalabas na marami pa rin talaga ang kumukuha sa radyo at saka sa TV. So, tuloy-tuloy pa rin ho yun yung ating mga tools na ginagamit in disseminating information coming from Pag-asa. Okay? Meron pa po? Wala na. Lunch na tayo. Anyway, let me acknowledge first muna yung ating mga bisita na nandirito bago ko tawagin si Dr. Flavi for her closing remarks rather. We have from OCD, DILG, PSHERD, Pag-asa, DOST, PCG, Philippine Coast Guard, CAAP, Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, Mines and Geoscience Bureau, DOST-ASTI, Philippine Air Force, NTC, PNP, NEDA, NAMRIA, MAPUA, UP. I'd like to acknowledge Dr. Paringit. Nandiyan po siya. Alright. Before, CHED, UNTV, of course, and all the rest of the media. Yes, the UST. Okay, meron po bang hindi na-acknowledge na agencies? Okay, so with that, siguro I'll now call on Dr. Flaviana Hilario, our Deputy Administrator for Research and Development for her closing remarks. Ma'am.
Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. First of all, I would like to thank our distinguished guest, particularly yung pong ating dalawang gwapong Yusek, si Yusek Halad at saka po si Yusek Densing, na talagang napaka-supportive po sa ating activity today and even yung mga activities po ng Pag-asa. And of course, ang ating pong funding source, ang PSHERD, represented by Deputy Executive Secretary si Yusek, ginawa na kitang Yusek, Deputy Director Sabularse. And of course, our beloved Secretary who has to leave earlier. So kita naman po natin talaga ang suporta ng ating Secretary ng DOST. And kahit wala ang ating pong Yusek, si Yusek Solidum, na kahit out of the country ay nagbigay po sa atin ng message. And nabanggit na lahat po yung mga agencies. Maraming pong salamat sa pag-attend dito sa ating launching ng bagong Pag-asa website. So, I would also like to congratulate the team headed by our Deputy Administrator for Operations and Services, si Dr. Landrico Dalita Jr. Huwag natin kalimutan Jr. Palakpakan po naman natin yung grupo. And of course, our former administrator, si Dr. Amadore. And of course, with the guidance of our administrator, Dr. Malano. So our new website, the new Pag-asa website, went through a lot of careful planning and series of discussion. Kaya po nagkaroon tayo ng soft launch last January para po makakuha tayo ng feedback from the public or lalo na po sa media. However, we still welcome comments and suggestions to further improve the website. Hindi naman po ibig sabihin ng final launch na ito, hindi na po natin pwedeng i-improve. So, we hope that you will still give us your feedback para we can still further improve our website. So, to improve the contents of our website, again, the team went on, nagsunog po ng kilay talaga yung ating team, especially po ang ating former administrator, si Dr. Amadore. So, we hope that this new website will help increase the awareness and knowledge of the general public. Kahit po yung nakita na natin yung ibang comments dito na we still need to do some work on localizing the terms. We also hope that the end users will gain a better understanding and appreciation of the importance of disaster risk reduction and management, and as well as climate change adaptation. So once again, I would like to thank everyone for gracing and witnessing this significant event, particularly for DOST Pag-asa, the launching of the new Pag-asa website, and rest assured that Pag-asa will continue to improve our products and services to better serve our people. So again, magandang umaga po sa ating lahat at maraming salamat sa inyong pagdalo.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Flaviana Hilario, our Deputy Administrator for Research and Development. With that, this is Venus Valdemar saying thank you very much for joining us. Our lunch is now ready. We have a buffet table.